Hi everyone, my name is Louisa Nicola. I'm a neurophysiologist and human performance coach. I'm the founder of Neuro Athletics. I'm so excited to take you through the 90-day Neuro Athletics program, which is our flagship course here at Neuro Athletics. So if you haven't heard about our course, well, this is the longevity and health span and lifespan course for coaches. So you are in the right spot if you are a coach, whether it's a physical therapist, whether you're a health coach, an athletics trainer, a strength coach, pretty much an independent coach, someone who wants to start implementing health span and lifespan and longevity metrics and protocols into their practice. Because let's face it, guys, it is 2024, moving into 2025. There is so much information in this world on longevity. It's fairly new. Look at the likes of Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Peter Attia. These people are at the forefront of this movement, and it's moving fast. And what that means for you is that consumers are becoming so much more educated in health metrics. Consumers of when they go to the gym, when they go and they hire a coach, they know the word VO2 max. And it pains me when I hear that a coach or a trainer doesn't know what VO2 max is. They don't know the science of it. They don't know how to test for it. They don't know how to train for it. And they don't know how to put protocols in place to increase somebody's VO2 max. And that's just one of the 25 metrics that we go over in the 90-day Neuro Athletics program. So if you're currently working in the day-to-day grind, you're trading your time for money and you're just not getting anywhere, and you want to have more time for yourself to train and to be part of your life instead of working 80, 100 hours, which is what some coaches are doing, then this program is definitely for you. I say the word independent coaches because in the Neuro Athletics course, we actually teach you over the 90 days. Our framework not only teaches you the scientific and medical practices that you need to take your client from average to elite, but we also teach you how you can put all of the learnings into a package, a coaching package that you can sell for at minimum $12,000 a year. Now, we have coached or we have put 2,000 people through this program, and we're going up and up and up. And the best part about this is you get direct access to me. So grab your pen, grab a piece of paper. We're about to get into it. I'm going to take you through what it entails. I'm going to ask you questions throughout it to see if this is actually a right fit for you. And right at the end, I'm going to reveal how much it is. And then if you want to book a call with Matthias, who is our program head, who can actually take you through what it entails, get you your logins, and set you up with your own educational portal, then you can do that. So let's get into it. So the first thing that we want to really address, just so we can maximize our time together, is why it's critical for you to watch this entire video. First and foremost, I mentioned earlier, the health coaching industry is at a tipping point. The old way of coaching is no longer enough to keep you competitive. You may already have a good foundation in training, which is great, by the way. I always say that the precursor to the Neuro Athletics program is having some form of exercise physiology or personal training certificate. You may have good foundation in nutrition or strength coaching, but to truly stand out and succeed in this space, you need to master a whole new set of skills. So I want to ask you these following questions. Are you struggling to stay relevant as clients demand more than basic training and nutrition plans? Do you feel overwhelmed knowing your clients expect comprehensive insights into health span, lifespan, peak performance, human performance, and you're unsure about how to deliver, which, by the way, is about, I would say, 98% of the current personal training, strength coaching population? Are you burning out from grinding out hourly sessions but still not reaching your income goals? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone and it's not your fault. Here is the truth. Your high net worth clients expect more. They're smarter about their health more than ever. They understand advanced metrics such as sleep quality, heart rate variability, blood work, and they want a coach who understands it all and can optimize every aspect of their lives. But here's the catch. Most coaches don't know how to offer this. And that's where you come in. So I want you to imagine right now how it feels if you are the go-to expert in your field for Fortune 500 companies, CEOs, executives, high achievers. These people are willing to pay premium price. How do I know that? Because I have been doing this for over 10 years now. I am at the top of my field. Please research me, by the way. Don't just think I'm some girl behind a camera just giving you all this. Please research who I am. And we're going to go over that. Research who I know, who follows me, what I have done, so you don't just think I'm regurgitating these results to you, or you don't think I'm lying. Everything is on the internet and you can search for it. Secondly, how would it feel to close $5,000 to $20,000 clients without needing to hustle for every hour of your time? Think about it. $5,000 to $20,000 as a package for health coaching. You can charge that because this course will teach you everything you need to know. It is pretty much the Harvard of health span and lifespan. This will give you the degree. It is pretty much a medical degree, by the way, but this will give you the foundations that you can demand this type of money from your clients. Last but not least, how would it feel to have an integrated, proven system that not only improves your client's performance, but also significantly boosts your income? So this isn't just about learning new skills. It's about transforming your entire business and future-proofing your career. You have a chance to master the science of performance and longevity, all while growing your business to new heights. We are about to go through what this entails, so you can see whether you are right for this. And by the way, we turn down a lot of people at Neuro Athletics simply because they are not a right fit. We're going to go through who this is for and who it's not for. We're going to cover all the basics. So when you get on a call with one of our team members at Neuro Athletics, you will know exactly if you want to sign up and get into your portal and get going, or if you don't. So let's go to the next step. And I just wanted to point out who you'll be learning from, which is me. So I've carefully curated this to enable you to understand me a bit better. So my journey to becoming the top human performance coach globally. So I have studied a lot. I did a Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Exercise Physiology. This is just my educational background. I have a Master of Pure Mathematics. I then went into medicine at Sydney Medical School. I went into clinical neurophysiology, pretty much an operative pathway. So still to this day, I go into surgery, neuro-oncological cases once per week. And then I'm still completing my doctorate at the University of Washington, where I'm looking at the effects of resistance training on mild cognitive impairment. So it's safe to say that I have both the clinical practices behind me to teach you. I have the experience and the education behind me. But none of that actually matters. And I'll tell you why. If you can see this photo up here, it's a bit blurry. It's me crossing the line during a triathlon. That was my podium finish. It was taken on an iPhone back in, I think, 2010. So I was an elite triathlete. I raced for Australia in the ITU series. I qualified for Beijing and London, and I learned what it took to perform at my peak. From a very young age, I learned exactly what it took to outperform my peers, to constantly wake up every single morning without a break and train 40 hours a week. I've been there. I've done that. I coupled it with my education. And once I finished, I moved to New York City in, I would say, 2016, 2017, because I got an opportunity from a boxing company back then. It was 2016, from Rumble Boxing. They flew me to their headquarters in New York City. I'd never seen New York City before. It was my first time there. They flew me there for one reason. They said, we've been following you on social media. I started my social media, guys. I started my social media in 2014. And the first post I ever put out was literally around brain health because I knew, so that was 10 years ago, I knew in 2014 that the brain was the most important organ in the body and it is the one that is responsible for human performance. So I started the Instagram game before like many people were on it. I grabbed the attention of the Rumble boxing people, which back then stories weren't even a thing, I don't think, back in 2016. So they put me out on social media and on Instagram, and I ended up, just going viral. So I came to New York with around 2,000 followers. After, I think, about 3 months, I was up to about 50,000. I got invited to Gary V's HQ in 2017. He used to be really, really big. He's still really big, and I love him because he was the one that said to me, Louisa, you need to go home. I told him everything I wanted to do. I said, Gary, I want to start a company called Neuro Athletics where I coach the best of the best NBA players, NFL players, Major League Baseball players on how to perform at their peak, utilizing blood work, brain scans, MRIs. And he said, Louisa, go home and start a podcast. And I said, what do you mean? He said, go home, start a podcast, then come back to me the following day. So I did. I started my podcast in my hotel room. I was staying at Hotel Indigo on Ludlow Street in New York City, Lower East Side. So I started my podcast. I aired it. And then I called it the Diamond Project Show. Don't get me started on why. But I aired it and I just said, this is a podcast based on peak performance. So I'm going to be interviewing people. And long and behold, it blew up because I was one of the first people on the platform. If you go back on my podcast, The Neuro Experience, you will see that the first ever episode aired September 2017. So I got the attention of some of the biggest athletes in the world. I've worked with the biggest athletes in the world, the highest paid athletes in America, and I continue to do so. I just landed my biggest client, which word on the street says I will be part of his documentary. You'll be able to see that soon. But I've definitely upped my skills since 2017. In 2017, I was doing blood work. I was looking at EEG scans, electroencephalograms, but I wasn't utilizing hardly anything that I am today. So I kept upping my skills, and I'm going to teach you how you can become me. So I got the attention of many major athletes. This is my podcast. You can go through, have a look at it. I interviewed Andrew Huberman, who is one of my mentors and friends. I've interviewed every top scientist, physician in the world, both in person and online. Let me tell you from a brand building perspective, and I teach you this in the course, you want to start brand building. I don't care if people say, oh, but Louisa, it's such a saturated market. Podcasting has done so much for me in terms of network and in terms of putting myself out there. So I have shown the world that I know my things. I've shown the world that I know my craft because you can't lie on a podcast. It's live, it's unedited, it's on screen. You can present who you are. People get to know who you are. And I have to say, a lot of the people that I coach listen to me on the podcast and they know that I know my things. So fast forward 2019 to 2021, I headed up a neuroscience department in a neurology clinic seeing patients. So I got my hands dirty again. I was still running my business, but for 2 days a week, I was seeing patients, Alzheimer's disease patients, brain scanning them. We were also doing headache medicine and myasthenia gravis, a lot of the hardcore medical, what you'd go and see a neurologist for. But that's where I really got to understand the medical side of New York City. So I kept going. I ended up landing a gig training the New York Knicks, all on brain performance. I was doing reaction training drills. I was doing EEG scans. And that's when I started to learn more about sleep. So I was doing a lot of sleep science with them. That's another thing you'll learn. This is me with one of my NBA stars on the Miami Heat, Omer. He said, staying on top of my performance mentally is super important. I started training with Louisa from Neuro Athletics to keep me on point. That was in 2022, and that was really fun. He's still playing. I started in 2021. I started my newsletter, Neuro Athletics, which literally breaking down the scientific and medical practices you need to perform at your peak. I did this to showcase my written knowledge with the world because I want to show people that I know what I'm talking about. And that's why they should come and see me. We now have 65,000 subscribers. It goes out twice a week. So moving into 2021, 2022, we started offering, back in 2019, we started offering the Neuro Athletics Coaching Certificate because a group of physical therapists came to me pre-pandemic and said, Louisa, NBA stars are putting you on their social media. What are you doing with them? And I said, I can show you, but it's going to come at a cost. And they said, could you do a 2-day workshop for us? So that's the birth of the Neuro Athletics Coaching Program. It started with a 2-day workshop. And I would certify people. By the way, we are certified with NASM. So you actually get NASM points. So this is just an example of one of them. I then moved out of that and I put it all online so I could have a more global effect. This is me with my 2 good friends, Don Saladino. He's a celebrity trainer. He trains Sarah Blakely. He trains a lot of the biggest actors in the world. This is one of my closest friends, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. We collaborate on many things in terms of business, patients, and products. And then this is Lane Norton, another really close friend of mine. We collaborate on a lot of things. We do a lot of speaking events together as well. So building my brand to where it is today has come at a cost. It's come at an energy cost, a financial cost, but I did it because I have such a thirst for human performance, and I knew that I wanted to be the number one human performance coach globally. And I love it. I love training high net worth individuals because I know that they have the money to spend on the tests that I want to order to get them to perform at their peak. So, and this was me just filming another podcast with Bedros Keuilian. I mean, I could show you guys around 50 photos right now of me with all of my clients, but I'm not really going to do that. I want to move on from me, but I just wanted to showcase that you are in good hands and you get direct access to me during this course. This is Rangan Chatterjee. He's got the biggest health podcast in Europe, and I was just featured on it. So let's move on and go into the program because that's what you're here for. So the objective of the Neuro Athletics Program to transform health and performance coaches into industry leaders who deliver high impact results to high net worth clients. This 6-module program is designed to equip you with the tools, strategies, and knowledge to optimize brain health, enhance physical performance, and extend longevity, all while growing a sustainable and profitable coaching business. I'll just call it spade of spade now. This is a 100% online program. I've crafted this with my bare hands from all of the knowledge, scientific practices, clinical experience, and over 450 podcast interviews that I have done. I'm pretty much giving you my entire IP of my business within this course. You get access to it for 90 days. It's 6 core modules and they're all recorded. And I actually go through and update everything in it. There's textbooks for you to download. There's reading materials. There's action items after every module. I update. It's going to be so chunky in the next 6 to 8 months because I'm learning so much as I go along. There's new studies that come out. We do study groups as well because I want you guys to understand how to look up PubMed. I need you guys to understand and differentiate between what is good science and what is bad science because that's what's going to put you ahead of the market. So let's keep going. It's fully online and flexible learning. So this 100% online program is designed for busy coaches. And I know hopefully you're a busy coach already. Hopefully you've got a clientele that you can start embedding these learnings into. You can learn at your own pace, apply lessons in real time, and that's what we get you to do. Integrate our proven strategies into your coaching practice no matter where you are in the world. 6 key modules. I could have done 25 modules, but it doesn't matter. Though I've given you the 6 core modules that you need, it's not too much, it's not too heavy, but it's also not too light. It's the perfect approach that you need for someone who's just really wants to get their hands dirty and understand and pull apart these performance strategies. I don't know if you know my friend and colleague, Dr. Andy Galpin. If you look up his podcast, it's called Perform. All of the things in there you're going to know about. You're going to know why we breathe. Why do we breathe? People think we breathe because we need more oxygen, but it's not. We've got too much CO2 in our body. Blood biomarkers. What are the blood biomarkers for performance? What is hydration? What is the brain? That's module 1. We're going to go into the 6 core modules that you need to start implementing for your clients to start making them feel better and perform at their peak. We do live weekly coaching calls, and they're with me. Every Monday and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get access to me. And this is actually what one call looks like. We all look so funny here, but this is raw, this is real. People come prepared. All of the coaches come prepared with questions. And the best part about this is your community will make you. It's so important who you spend your time with. And if you're in a community who's learning just the same as practices as you, but one is in Nantucket and one is in Los Angeles, like you guys can learn. We've built such a beautiful community. People are meeting each other outside of the group and forming lifelong friendships. So you'll get access to me, guys, personally. You've got homework and action items at the end of every module, but not even at the end. We drip feed them. I want you to start working ASAP on the protocols. For example, as soon as we get into module 2, which is cognition and performance psychology, you can start embedding some of the questions into your existing clients. We give you all of the intake forms. When you go and see a physician at their office, they do something called HPI. They get a history of you, history of present illness, but they get a complete patient history from you. And I teach you how you can get a complete history of this person and then start cultivating programs around that to figure out what can I unlock? What is holding them back? What is constraining them? So then you can start putting the protocols in place. I give you all of that. You get access to the online community through Slack. We have a really thriving Slack group where people are sharing their knowledge. They're sharing what they're doing. They're asking questions. They're sharing some of the latest tools and supplements that they're using. So it's a really great, thriving, high-performance community. You get, after completing your program, you can continue to have access in the Neuro Athletics course for 90 days. You'll probably finish the entire modules. I would give you it's 6 modules. You might get through it in 10 to 12 weeks. I usually say spend at least 2 weeks per module. And then after that, you still get access for 90 days. This here is my pyramid of peak human performance. This is what I truly believe. I get asked often, guys, Louisa, what do I need? Do I need to get a red light therapy panel? Do I need to sit into an ice bath? Do I need to do this and that? And the truth is, and what you should tell your clients is, unless you are exercising effectively and at the right dose for your age and gender and medical history, if you are sleeping, both quantity and quality, I would dare say quality is a bit more important than quantity. And if you are in line with your nutrition and hydration, that's including understanding your lab work and supplementation, everything else, this is human performance. Everything else is an accessory. Everything else is an accessory. It takes a lot to understand this, though. So let's keep moving on. Next step. Let's talk about who the program is for. Whether you're an established coach, pivoting your career, or an innovative thinker ready to integrate science and data, this program is built for you. But more than that, it's designed for those ready to truly transform their impact transform their clients' lives. That's what this is about, guys. My mission at Neuro Athletics is to end cognitive decline and shrink the mortality curve. I need me everywhere. I need 10,000 coaches around the world helping me do this. This program isn't just for coaches, it's for leaders. I want you to brand yourself the way that I do and become a prolific educator on Instagram and YouTube. So if you want to stand out, if you want to elevate your clients to the highest levels of performance, and if you want to build a business that scales with less effort and more impact, this course is for you, hands down. That's it. You know, I teach you in the performance psychology being able to differentiate between the logical mind and our primitive monkey mind. That primitive brain that is exactly like the chimpanzee brain that gets activated when there is a fight or flight response. I need you to put that down right now and act on logic and think to yourself, how do I set myself up for the future? This is the way the world is working. How am I going to differentiate myself? And how can I make money? I'm talking like we've got some coaches making around $500,000 a year. How can I market myself to CEOs so they can pay me so I'm not working in the day-to-day grind? I'm working in a hybrid coaching model where sometimes I see them, other times I'm on Zoom. So you can have a family if that's what you want, or travel if that's what you want, or learn something if that's what you want. This is also, I say established executive wellness coaches, because if you want to maximize your impact and amplify your earnings, right now you've probably achieved some form of success in your wellness coaching career, but you know there's more. You've built a strong foundation and now it's time to scale up. You're ready to work smarter, harder by tapping into higher value clients and increasing your revenue potential. So, if you are an established coach, maybe you're making $100,000 a year. Maybe you're making $70,000 a year. This can double your earnings because you'll be a more valuable coach, so you can charge more for the same amount of time that you're putting in. Credible and certified. This course is for you if you're no stranger to training with personal training certifications, or a degree to your name. But you also understand that to stay ahead, you need to continuously evolve. This program will give you the cutting edge neuroscience-based knowledge to differentiate your offerings. Advanced beyond limits. You don't settle for good enough. You're looking to elevate your coaching to integrate neuroathletic insights, bringing a deeper level of performance optimization to your high-value clients. Then I want to talk to the career pivoters, because we've seen this. My team and I have seen this, the people who want to pivot their careers. Let me know if this sounds like you. You're ready to redefine your coaching model. You've built a career in wellness, fitness, or performance, but you're craving more flexibility and reach. You want to blend the best of both worlds, combining in-person coaching with powerful online methods to serve clients across the globe without limits. That probably sounds like you. The next one is, I know this is probably what most of you are here for, attract high net worth clients. You aspire to work with CEOs, top executives, and high net worth individuals who value expertise. And by the way, guys, they do. How many people in America are earning, like the top 1% of earners? There's a lot of them, right? These people that are working at Fortune 500 companies are earning $500,000 to $30 million. I know, because right now it's around 93% of my 25. I've got 25 clients right now. 90% of them are in the hedge fund and portfolio space, and a lot of them are earning anywhere from $10 to $30 million a year. And there are so many more of them. I can't personally coach them, but I know that they know their stuff. When you get to that level, you demand more. When people are earning that much money, and I would say even when they're earning $500,000 a year, they want best in class. They want to pay for this. Let's keep going down. Innovative thinkers integrating science and medicine. And this is my favorite part, guys, because this is an education course as well. Science-driven, results-orientated. You're passionate about more than just surface-level coaching. You want to integrate cutting-edge scientific research into your methods, ensuring your clients benefit from the most advanced performance and longevity strategies. You're here to offer more than traditional coaching. You're here to lead a new wave of innovation in human performance. And you want to harness the power of data and wearables. You can't optimize what you don't measure. We teach you how to measure and how to optimize. We do this through VO2 max testing, Whoop technology. You're excited to use wearable technologies. You want to be the coach who delivers not just advice, but measurable scientific results. So I hope I still have you. I hope you're interested. I hope you're excited. I hope you're actually thrilled. This is what you need to do next. First and foremost, if you like what you saw and you want to come on board, you need to schedule your personalized coaching consultation. So take the first step towards transforming your coaching practice by booking a one-on-one consultation with one of our team members. And you can do this. I have the link below if you're watching this on YouTube, or one of the team members on Instagram may have reached out to you. They can give you the link to book you in for a call if you are qualified. The investment for this in the 90-day program is an $8,000 upfront payment. Now, for some people, maybe $8,000 is a bit too far of a stretch to pay upfront, and that's why we can split this up. We also have financing. So if you can't pay it now, you can pay it later. So we don't even need to go into the cost of it because there are so many different, we can split it up into 2, we can split it up into 3, or you can just do financing. So this is a strategic investment in both your personal development and your business growth. I want you to consider this before you even look at that price. Imagine paying $8,000, but from that $8,000 investment, you have taken away 20 hours of your working week and you're generating $500,000 a year. That's what I want you to think about. With the tools and strategies you'll acquire, you'll be equipped to command premium rates and elevate your clientele, recouping this investment with just 1 or 2 clients. Literally, the $12,000 package we do teach you, the baseline is a $12,000 package. Like that's already more than $8,000. We don't really have a problem with that anyway. The next thing you need to do is prepare for your consult. So before you speak to one of our members, I want you to take a moment to review our website. Familiarize yourself with our YouTube channel. Explore the details of this transformative program. We have testimonials up. There's a lot of information about me, Louisa, Nicola. You can go and look that up. Look at my Instagram, get to know what I'm about. Look at the Neuro Athletics Instagram. Go and do your research so you know and you're fully prepared for what's ahead. And last but not least, I really put this in for you. I want you to commit to transformation. This isn't just another course. It's a complete overhaul of how you approach coaching. Be ready to challenge yourself, expand your capabilities, elevate your business to new heights. If you're serious about becoming a leader in human performance and wellness space, this is your opportunity to take action. I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite slides in the entire course, which is this wonderful article that not article, it's a study, it's a randomized controlled trial that really goes into the effects of maximal aerobic activity on the heart. Randomized controlled trial is the gold standard in academic medicine, so we know it was done on humans, and we know that it was done really well because it was randomized. They took a cohort group and then they took a sham group and they put them through the protocol. And what they found over 2 years, so basically they took a bunch of 50-year-olds, they subjected them to around 3 to 4 hours of maximal aerobic activity, which is training at around 80% of your maximum heart rate. They did this for 3 to 4 hours a week. And what they did was they took photos of these hearts and they reversed the heart age by 20 years. Like, it's mind-boggling, because what happens as we age is we get defects. Okay, we get defects in our heart. What happens is we get stiffening of the arteries, and we get something called left ventricular hypertrophy, whereas the left ventricle, which pumps blood to the rest of the body, okay, the right ventricle receives a deoxygenated blood from the body, but the left ventricle pumps blood. But what happens is the ventricle gets smaller because the lining of it gets thicker, left ventricular hypertrophy. But we can train it, and we can effectively turn a 50-year-old heart into a 30-year-old heart. And you are going to learn why that is, because you are going to be the leader in your field when it comes to exercise, physiology, neurology, and peak human performance. I'm so excited to meet you. I'm excited to have you on our Zoom calls, and I'm excited for you to become a fully fledged neuro athletics coach.